You would, wouldn't you? 1.3 mil.
They can't hear you. Gotta tell them, man.
1.3 mil.
Damn.
Alon, what's your number? Come on. You gotta sing out loud. What is it? You didn't finish it? Finish it. I need you to finish it. You didn't finish it. Come on, we got to work here. What do you got, Tia?
1.3.
I can't hear.
1.3.
1.3. Aubrey, what do you got?
I got 2,778.
Slow down, man. What was that number?
I got 278,000.
270,000. What do you got, Rick? I can't see it, Rick. You gotta yell it.
Negative 274.
That's all right. You're gonna have that. One person in the crowd will do that. Jerry, what do you got?
Negative
You got
87,000.
2. That's not bad. What do you got, this guy? I can't hear.
1.9 million.
What do you got, Suzanne? 2.25. Folks, listen carefully. And this is wild. When I'm a new recruit, and how many names do I have to write down?
100.
100 names. And out of that, you're going to put away for how long? Fold
3 days. 3 days.
And on third day, rises. I mean, you bring it back and show it to your family and your friends, right? And their job as a new recruit for Phone Zone is to call all of their friends and all their family members and say to them that they need to practice. Get in the household. They need to practice. And because they don't know how to quote or anything, they're going to be accompanied by someone in the office who knows how to quote life insurance. But they're going to present it to their family and friends as the technical person from the office, and they're also practicing the papelito. But it's my turn, and after we leave there, we're going to his family's house and we're going to practice again. All this person knows is numbers. They need to learn how to present too. So now, I, as a new recruit, I'm armed as someone who knows how to quote. So when I get to this point, because their expectations, I'm here to practice and they're going to critique me, when I get done with this, I flip it over and it's sitting in front of them and go, Lance, how much you need? Dude, you're my brother, man. What the hell's the matter with you, man? I'm here to practice. You're scaring me, man. You're my brother, man. You know, I love you. What the hell? And your wife, what does she got there? Malone, what do you got?
Well, it's different, I guess.
That's okay.
Yeah, but no,
You
mine
want
was
to?
$840.
840. What's the matter with you two, man? Do me a favor. I'm here with my friend Greg. He's practicing too. He's a tech guy. He knows how to quote, you know, how to do. Greg, do me a favor. Let's. While I'm here, this wasn't my intention, but what the hell? Let's see if we can help him out. You get my drift?
Mm-hmm.
I just made a sale, and I don't know anything about life insurance. I know nothing. I don't know what the hell a term is, or I have no idea. But I know how to read. So I got in the house. I got 100 names of people I can go to and practice. And what happens in the end? We flip the paper over. They need insurance. I put them in an awkward position. Do you think that'll help you a little bit?
Oh,
This
yeah.
is nothing, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. We're going to put everything from third gear to fifth gear. We're going to be rocking and rolling here. Does this help you a little bit?
Yep.
Yes,
If
sir.
you want to make money, you got 100 people to talk to. Tomorrow, you can easily start calling people tomorrow. And all you got to do is practice this, and in the end, it's going to do sales. Now check this out. Greg, I introduced him as a tech person who's going to practice with his family as well. He knows how to quote, but they don't know that. You know, Greg, let's see. I know you do the tech stuff, and he's like, damn, I got to practice this too, but you guys are scaring me. See, we're learning, we're practicing, and we're going to try to quote him. And guess what? When he opens up his laptop, he's going to try to quote. Guess what Lance is going to do, what Milan's going to do, what all of you have done. Everyone freeze. Don't move. You're good. What's your name again? I can't hear you.
Tiana.
Where's your number? This is what Tiana did. She flipped it over and put 3 hands on top of it. Not 2, 3 hands to cover it up. She didn't want to see it. Tia, where's your... She flipped hers over and turned the page. Dave flipped his over. You just flipped it back. I saw you. Scotty, I got hands on it. Man, I'm watching Lance. Lance did... Susanna's funny. She not only flipped it over, but a calculator on top of it. Lance, don't move, man. I want you to see what he did to his. They are uncomfortable. They don't want to be faced with that number. They're freaking out right now. They don't want to see that number. They will do this. They will do this. They will rip it up. They'll do anything without having to face that number. They're freaked out. And that's okay. Because while my buddy Greg, who's also practicing how to do a presentation, he's a tech person, he's quoting it. When he comes up with a quote, I'm going to say, let me see if I can help you guys. So I'm going to pull it out, unfold it, and I'm going to put it right back in front of him. Like this. Because I want him uncomfortable. I'm not here to make friends. Am I making sense?
Yes.
Now, I don't care as a new recruit if I'm going to sell him term, IUL, how much money. If I got to sell straight term, If I got it, I'll start with maybe an IUL, $50 a week. Can't afford it, let's do a 30-year term. Can't do a 30-year term, I'll do a 1-year term. They still can't afford it, I cut the death benefit in half. I am not walking out of there unless I get an insurance application. Do you get my drift?
Yeah.
It's not about how much money. Oh, it is, because I got to make sure they afford it. But imagine this, I get 100 applications at $50 each. You guys get snow here, right? So do I. California don't get snow, but I tell them, those snowflakes are innocent, they're beautiful coming down. Oh, it's so beautiful. Yeah, right. When they pile up, they're forced to be reckoned with. I need a bulldozer to get them out of the way. These applications are the same thing. I get a bunch of applications, they're gonna add up. For a new recruit, my job is to make sure I'm delivering. I gotta deliver this. I don't have 3 weeks, I don't have 3 months. I have to make sure I put money in their pocket today. I need to give them an activity where they're gonna make money today. Oh, I need 25 names. I don't know if I can call anybody. I'm scared. I don't know. Who can I call in phone zone? Am I making sense? It's scary. I'm not making fun of you. I know it's scary. I had to do it. But I think this is doable. Get a list of 100 people you know. You're not looking to sell them insurance. Put it away for 3 days. Why? Because I want them doing other things. I want them, I'm the snowball guy. Throw it up in here, distracting, and put it away. I want you to do something else. 3rd day, unfold it. Friends and family, you got a job to do. Call every one of them, tell them you need to practice. Because I'm not lying, you need to practice. This is going to increase their credibility. This is going to increase their confidence. This is going to force them to learn what questions to ask. To be the doctor who's doing the exam, not the drug dealer who's going to be pushing, we got term insurance, we got IO, you got to buy this, it's great. If you don't get it, you're crazy. What is your family going to do without you? That's a sales, we're not salespeople here. I don't want to be a salesperson. I'm Patrick the interviewer, not Patrick the motivator. Is it making sense? Now let's go back. She's mad at me. She folded the page, she's giving me a dirty look. She still crossed it over and folded it in half. She does not, she is visibly, Bill, I hope you don't mind me, she's visibly upset right now about her number. And I'm using her as an example. And I love her, she's a nice person, but I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to save lives. I know Lance is upset, he folded it. He again folded it, and he put it away. This is psychology. I'm gonna open it up, and I'm gonna put it back in front of him. I'm here to close deals. Is that helping you a little bit?
Yes.
Now there's more tools to this, but I want to get you to this point. 100 names, boom, boom, boom. How am I going to approach people who I don't know? Use a little verbal judo. $5,000, maybe you got 2 months. Let me show you how to cut that in half. You don't have insurance, Raquel? It takes 10 minutes. I'll bring some donuts, let's practice. Because at this point, remember, I'm a vampire, I got invited. He's going like this, damn, his neck, he's going, why does this hurt? Where did this Band-Aid come from? These 2 holes. I haven't sucked the blood, man. They're freaking out. She's laughing because she feels it. She's upset. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to help people and save lives. Does that make sense? All right, does this help you a little bit?
Yes.
Now, the next step. I'm going to show you how to get 7 leads per application. You want to know about that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure?
Yeah.
Okay, but before I do that, do you think we uncovered some of this stuff with this practice? Because I wanted you to list this, because I want you to look at your fear. Because it is real and it's scary. But is it? You got 2 roles to choose from, fear or success. I'll kick the fear and I'm going towards success. Yes, Bess?
I might have missed this answer, but if someone needs a Ferrari, but can only afford the Honda or the Lexus,
What do we do?
how do you handle that?
What does it say in the hustle? What did I say in the beginning? You got a choice of 2 products. What? IUL and?
Term.
Okay, so what did I say? You might have missed this, Beth. What did I say earlier? Once I discovered the need for insurance, what is my goal here? I got the tech person who's actually an MD, but they don't know he's an MD, or a salesperson who's already experienced, and he knows how to quote, but they don't know that. All they know is that the next house we go to, we're practicing with his family. He's going to quote term or universal. He can't afford the IUL, we're going to show him term, a 30-year term. He can't afford that, we'll do a 1-year term. He can't afford it, I'm cutting in half. I'm getting something for him because they're uncomfortable. Is that making sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, can I answer your question? Way to go. Because we got to practice, we got to get this stuff done. I don't have 3 months for you to make money. I don't have 4 months. You need to make money today. I have to deliver on the promise that I gave you. Does that help you a little bit?
Yes.
So, you guys sure you want the rest of this?
Yeah.
Because this is where we're going for 3rd to 4th year right now. We got to get going. So now, we got till midnight, right? I got another 45 minutes,
course.
an hour? Okay. Every application, I want you to write this down. There are three parts to every application. Part one is called a client information. I don't care if you're doing the application on the phone. I don't care if you're doing it on paper, prefer paper. But every single life insurance application all around the country has three parts to it. Even if it's a simplified. The simplified, when the underwriter gets, is three parts. Part one, client information. Part one, client information. Part two, medical information. Part two, medical information. Part three, agent information. That's where you got to put your code. Part three is called the agent information. That's how you get paid. You don't put your code, you don't get paid. So what's part one?
Client information.
What's part two?
Medical
What's
information.
part three?
Agent.
Absolutely. So we got to this part right here where I got my brother and his wife. I have them uncomfortable, and I flipped it over and they're looking at it and they look like Milan. She's mad. She's looking at me like, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. I sense it. Raquel still doesn't want to have kids. I get it. But they're uncomfortable, but that's okay. I can live with that. I'm here to save lives. And I will keep flipping it over like I'm doing now again because he keeps covering it and he keeps doing it and I'm going to put it right in front of him. Okay? And now the person who I'm with who knows how to quote, who has to practice actually quoting, I'm going to try to quote, and now you owe $50 a week, I can't afford it, let's do term, 30 years, you can't afford that, let's do 1 year term, let's cut the death benefit in half. Either way, I have to walk at it with something. Now, two things are going to happen. Either they're going to take the application or they're not. Let me show you about what happens if they don't. Because if they don't, I get crazy. I got a form. I got a form that I will send to you, and some of you have seen it. I have it laminated, and you might have seen it done. This is the papelito, legal liability. PHP legal liability waiver form. Now, if I try my best, my brother and sister-in-law, I'm having a hard time. They know they need it, but this is going to happen. I'm not going to sell everyone, but it helps me get better and better and better. But I'm giving myself a fighting chance. I will say to them, I'll tell you, see, right now Lance is upset because I fooled him. So he will do anything to get me out of the house, except throw me out. It's my brother. So if I say, Lance, do me a favor. I know you're upset, Milan. His wife is the boss in the house, and she's giving me the staring look. She's melting me right now. She's mad at me, right? Superwoman X-ray. She's trying to disintegrate me at this point. So they're upset. And if I can't close it, and they give me a hard time, I will say, do me a favor, Lance. I'm going to be back Thursday or Sunday. But Thursday, I got to visit my friend at Corman's. They're really about a mile away from you. So this is what I want you to do. Between now and then, I want you to think about everything that we talked about. I want you to do all the research that you need to do. And if you got to go to a bank, you can go to a bank and ask questions. Just don't sign anything. And then Thursday, when you have all your questions listed, hopefully I can come back and we answer it. Man, he doesn't hear anything I'm saying. All he's doing is like, okay, get out of my house. That's what he's saying in his head. Get out of my house. But I want to make sure I make that clear. We'll be back Thursday. I'm getting a commitment. And he's going like this, even though he really doesn't want me. Morning or afternoon? Morning? Good. Yeah, get out of my house. That's what he's thinking, right? Yeah, she's thinking, you better get out of my house. I'm going to kick you if you don't get, right? That's what they're thinking. So I'm going to go, but in the meantime, I need for you to sign this. And I pull it out slowly. What is that? This is a legal liability waiver form. What the hell is that? Well, I'm going to write down the amount and you need 1.3 million. How much is yours? I take one for 804. I need for you to sign this. What is that? Well, this protects me so I don't get sued. Bro, and your brother, I don't care. If between now and Thursday, God forbid one of you die, if you die, I don't want your wife to sue me. And if she does, I don't want you to sue me. What are you talking about? Because you know you need insurance. I don't want you to come back and say that I didn't push you hard enough or whatever. So I just think, I'm not signing that. That's okay. You don't need to sign it. I'll initial your name on it and I'll put it right in your file. And I put it, after I fill it out, I put it slowly in my bag. So I'll see you Thursday, okay? His eyes are focused on this, just like your eyes are focused on this. You get my drift?
Yeah.
So I'm playing psychology with them. Legal liability waiver form, because in his mind, no matter what I say after I sign this for him, or he signs it, and I start putting it in my folder, he's thinking, dude, where you going with that, man? I want you to rip it up. You ain't leaving my house. That's what's running in his mind. I'm going, okay, so I'll see you Thursday, okay? See what I just did? I just distraction, and I go right after him again. So I'll see you Thursday, man. And I'll see you Thursday, and his eyes are looking at you, I'm putting it away. So I'll see you Thursday. All right? Talk to you later, man. Nice seeing you again. I'll see you Thursday, okay? Do you get my drift? I'm not saying you're gonna go back and sell everybody, but this is increasing your chances 60% to get back in that house. Now, am I gonna cry if I don't get back in? No. Because the more clients I have, I need more recruiting. The more people I get to see, always recruit clients and prospects. I'm always recruiting one or the other. That's how I stay in business. I'm not gonna sit here and cry over him. Just like if I had that recruit, and that recruit's the best on earth, and if I lose this recruit, I'm gonna be out of luck, I'm gonna be out of business. Hell no. That's what happened to Candy. I was telling you that story before. He had a big recruit that was making tons of money. What if I lose him? So what? Oh, but I'm gonna lose like $10,000 a month from that guy. So what? The more you recruit, the less powerful that person is an influence on your group. Is it making sense? I hope this makes sense.
Yes.
So somebody
Yes.
asked me, what if I want to sell the time? You can, you're gonna make some money, but you ain't gonna make a lot of money.
Right.
What if I just want to recruit? You can, but you're not gonna make a lot of money.
Right.
But if you do both in the right sequence, you're gonna make a crap load of money, stupid money. You have oil, vinegar, and lettuce. Great salad. Throw a little croutons and tomatoes. Is it making sense?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go back to this. So he didn't buy, give me a hard time, and believe me, the next 3 days, it's gonna simmer in his brain. This little slow thing. God forbid, I hope this never happens. He crosses the street and a bus almost hits him. He's going, ah! All of a sudden, whoosh, the number, 1.5 million hit him. Freaking Brandon, I gotta call it, man. You know, that's what he's thinking. I want that impression. That's why every time that he folds and puts it away, like he did again, I want to open it up and I want to put it right in front of him like this. Because I'm not here to make friends, I'm here to save lives. Okay, let's go back. Let's do the opposite story. Let's say Nick closed it. And I'm taking that application. I'm happy, but I can't show him that, right? So this is what I do. What's part 1 of the application?
Client information.
What's part 2?
Medical.
What's part 3?
Agent.
And how much money we got to have in the bank?
500,000. 24 months.
Okay, and right now we're getting to this, the part, what is it on your forehead?
What's in it for
You have
me?
to always keep in mind the expectation and answer the question before they even ask. I gotta keep the interest going. Is this stuff making
Yes.
sense?
Yes.
So let's go back. So I pull out the application, I start taking the information. Now I'll share this story, I'm gonna shorten it, but I have to tell you the story because it's important. When I started, I was making stupid money. I'm not joking. I was so freaked out. You remind me so much when I started. It was I didn't know what the hell to do with this cash. I was sick. I went down to Houston and I did this, and there's a young girl there. She came over. You guys met Beverly? Everybody?
Bev, yeah.
Some of you met Beverly. I had her in training. Didn't work out. That's okay. But I'm hiring more people, so I want you guys to have support. But anyway, so Beverly was with me, and I'm training her. And all of a sudden, this girl comes over and gives me a hug, and I'm thinking, I didn't do it. I don't know what was going on here. It wasn't me. But anyway, and she was upset, like not upset, but happy, crying. I go, what's wrong? She says, you don't know. The last time you were here, I've never made more than $250 in my life. And I told her I was a little embarrassed. I was only 18 years old. Nobody took me seriously, and I started doing what you asked, the things that we're talking about.
Okay.
And she goes, and since you left, I haven't made less than $7,000 a month. She freaked me out. And I'm still like, I'm getting my hair standing up because she still looks very young, but she just got over it. And she starts doing it, and I told her, just do it. And she did it, and she's making crazy money. It just hasn't stopped. She doesn't know what to do with it. I go, just put away 20%, 30% to pay taxes. Because you get 1099 money. She always, when the money flows in, cover yourself.
Yes.
Is this making sense?
Yes.
So now we get to the point, fast forward, I'm taking the application. And I wanted to learn in my office. I want you to envision this. Big office. You ever watch the movie Wolf of Wall Street?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. My wife is always asking me, how was your office really like that? I go, no, it was. Anyway, I go, no, it wasn't that bad. It was crazy. We had rows of desks, 10 desks, and for every row of 10 desks, we had 3 phones. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have this. If you had a cell phone, you were rich. You had a big box, and you made sure everybody knows you got the big box, and when you're talking on the phone, you had a cord, and you walk around like this in the street, and you want everyone to see you talking on the phone. Because those bills must have been like $100 an hour or whatever it was, but nobody had cell phones because they didn't exist. You had a special phone with the cord, and you're like this. Or you're in a car, and you're like this. You look like a regular phone, you know, you guys don't know what a regular phone, it's like a big thing like this. But now everyone's got a cell phone, it's like Star Trek everywhere, it's crazy. Anyway, so it's like a big deal. But back then, 10 rows of 10 desks, 3 phones per row. And if, God forbid you're there late, you're in phone zone, you're out of business. You gotta get that phone and hold on to it. We had these things called phone books. I don't know what that is, but I had to call the name, I called my Big Perez, I called Big Perez in the Bronx, that's how I made money. I made stupid money. Anyway, so, and God forbid you gotta go to the bathroom, damn. I go to the bathroom, but I don't leave my phone. Screw it, unplug it, take it with me. And you come back. That's what it was. Anyway, you make the calls, everybody's making money, but there was always, every time I go in the office, they had a list of people. This guy was always on the top, just driving me crazy. He was making money. His name was Jim Pondicio, God rest his soul, but this is the meanest SOB you could ever meet, man. And I didn't know who he was. I go, who the hell is that? He's always on top, always on top, always on top. That's the guy. There were rows of desks, 10 desks, 3 phones per desk. He pulled his desk and put it in the corner. He didn't want to socialize with anybody. Mean guy. I'm thinking, that's the guy? That's the guy's making all that money? I mean, I was making stupid money. He was making super stupid money. And he was always, and I'm thinking, damn, that's the guy? Anyway, so I walked up to him because I was a little crazy. And I walked up to him one day because I had, what's that word, cojones, whatever you want to call it.
Cojones.
And I said to him, he's ignoring me. He's writing down like this. I go, hey, Jim, I'd like to buy you breakfast tomorrow. And he just looked at me and goes, who the hell are you? And he stood up, and I'm thinking, oh, damn. He's a big dude. I'm the guy who wants to buy you breakfast. You want it or not? And he stood up, and I got scared. He goes, why the hell should I go to breakfast with you? I go, and then what does it say for it?
What's it say?
Man, I knew right away I learned, man. Because I think you're the best. I always see your name on top of there. I'm new, and I'm so... I can't tell you, I'm like freaked out about how much money you're making. It's just freaks, and I want to learn from you. I see everybody in this office, I think you're the best. I'm going on, I'm just throwing the snow at him, you know? And he's like, what time you want to buy me breakfast? And I go, 8 o'clock, you'll be here at 7 o'clock. Man, I was at 6:30, he was already in the office. Now this was the office, around the corner was a diner. The diner was like this normal, not a fancy diner, a desk and everything. So I'm like, all right, so we go, I'm there at 6:30, he's walking, big guy, totally ignoring me, and it was obnoxious. So what the hell do you want? I go, I want to learn from you. All right, we sit down in the diner. And this is, I'm not pretending. This is how rude he was. He opens up the menu like this. Right in front of me. I'm thinking, what the hell, man? Then the waitress comes over and she goes, can I take your order? He's like, yeah, I'd like an order of pancakes, 3 eggs, some waffles, the Belgian waffles, want some french fries with that. I'm thinking, damn. And he's ordering everything in a freaking menu. And I'm thinking, cha-ching, cha-ching is running in my head. I go, this guy's freaking gonna wipe me out this morning. So she goes, what do you want? I go, some light white toast and orange juice. I mean, what the hell? He ordered everything on the menu. So he looked at me and goes, so what is it you want to know? I go, I want to learn from you. He says, you know what your problem is? He goes, you get too intimate with your clients. I go, intimate? What are you talking about? And he says, you know, let me ask you a question. Do you know the 3 parts of an application? I said, I think so. What's part 1? What's part 2?
Medical
What's part 3?
Agent.
I'm like, yes. I wrote it down. He says, you got a husband and wife. They're going to put each other down as beneficiary. I said, yeah. He goes, think about this. You got their date of birth. You got their social. You got all the medical information. And I want you to be brave when you ask him this question. He goes, I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, they have children, right? I said, yeah. Who are you going to put down as beneficiaries? They have children. They put each other's first. I go to children. He goes, bam! Don't be so stupid. The silver goes flying. And I'm freaked out. And I'm shaking. I'm like, this guy's nuts, man. Don't be so stupid. I go, what do you mean? Don't ever put the children. I go, why not? He says, because if they die of a car accident, those kids will never see that money. And I didn't think of that. I'm like, damn, you're right. He goes, who should I put? He goes, put down whoever they trust. So Lance, if something, God forbid, happens to you and your wife, who do you trust with your children? Tia, I need her name, address, and phone number, please. Now, what's your name again, ma'am? I can't hear. Milan. If something happens to you and Lance, who do you trust with your children? I need her name, address, and phone number, please. And I also tell them, by the way, I need their name, address, and phone number because I have to reach out to them in case both of you die in the car accident. They need to know to collect. But whatever you and I discuss about your medical and finances remains completely confidential. And I got to repeat that because I don't want them to be freaked out. However, I need for them to reach out and let them know that I'm calling. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. What's your name again?
Aubrey.
I can't.
Aubrey.
Can you hold up 2 fingers? That's 2 warm phone zone leads.
Right.
This is the first appointment for my 100 names. I'm taking 2 applications, and all of a sudden I got 2 warm phone zone leads. I have a succession plan for my new agent, so they can't say they're going to run out of people to call. It's making sense. So now, whenever I'm done, and I pick up the phone and I'm calling Aubrey, right? And I'm going to say, Aubrey, how you doing, man? This is Brandon Ortiz from PHP, and your brother Lance, or whoever, right? You should have told you I'm calling. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I need to. Can we just off phone? No, I need to sit with you. and your wife. Why? You want them to collect, don't you? God forbid they die. I don't want them to die, but you need to know how to collect. He's got an interest. What does it say?
What's in it for
Of
me?
course he's going to be inviting me in the house. There's an interest. Now, I don't know. I really don't know. Back then, I didn't know how to friggin' deal with claims. I never had a claims before. I was new. So what I did was I called the insurance company and go, send me a claims form. And they sent it to me, and it took me 3 seconds how to procedure. So I did the claims for it, and I went to a printer because we didn't have staples, and I got it laminated. And that's what I used to get into the house with that. And I would sit with them and say, okay, when I got in the house, make sure your wife's there. What's your name again? So Diane, what is it? Susan? So Diana and Aubrey, Aubrey, I don't know Aubrey, right? Aubrey, it's gotta be Aubrey, man.
Yep.
I'm not Brenda, I'm Brandon.
That's
Anyway,
right.
so I
That's
sit them
the
together.
Marine
that's
Corps.
what I sit them together and I got a claims form and I break it down. I say, listen, this is what happens. How are you, Brandon Ortiz? Nice to meet you both. You know, and basically I'm here to show you how to collect. God forbid they die. We don't want them to die, but if something does happen, first of all, you have to go to a funeral parlor. You can tell them that they have insurance, but don't tell them the amount. When you get the death certificate, because you are the beneficiary, when you come back, we have to complete these forms. And then when I take the death certificate, the forms, I submit it to the insurance company. It's going to take anywhere from 7 to 10 days. You're going to get a check. And I believe with the attorney, we set up a will. They're giving you instructions how to spend that check, how to raise their kids. Get it? Well, what is it that you do? Well, I help cut people's insurance in half. Let me show you. You guys do have life insurance, or I can review your insurance policy. Maybe you don't have enough. But whatever you're going to do, my goal is to get them to give me the information. Personally, I like to use the opposite. Some people have too much life insurance because they don't want to get rid of it. My goal is to become Patrick the interviewer and derive that information so we complete this. And in the end, you know what happens? They find out they need life insurance. And I will go the same process. It always goes full circle. Is that making some sense? Does it help you a little bit?
Yes.
Sure?
Absolutely.
So let's go back. So now I'm back in the diner and I'm writing this stuff down. This is crazy. And I'm writing this stuff down. Jim's telling me this and I'm going bananas. I go, holy cow, this is insane. Then he says to me, well, how do you ask for, he was very blunt, he goes, how do you ask for referrals? I go, I ask for referrals. He goes, don't be so stupid. This is what he tells me. Everything changed. Everyone's looking like, damn. He says, he pulled this out.
Wake up.
He pulls this out. He goes, ask for references. What are you talking about? When you apply for a loan, what do they ask for?
References.
How many?
3.
Usually about 3. When you apply for a job, what do they ask for?
References.
How many?
3.
He goes, well, freaking, if they die, God forbid, they're out $1 million, the insurance company's out $1 million. I need 3 references. I need 3 people who can vouch that you're a good person. So Lance, who are 3 people who, and by the way, whatever we discuss about your personal, whatever we discuss about your personal finances, medicals, remains completely confidential. However, they just need 3 names of people who can vouch you're good parents, you're good neighbors, so forth. Well, what I understand, well, when you apply for one, what do they ask for? When you apply for a job, what do they have? Same thing here. They're out $1 million. It takes a second. That's not too long. And they're not going to ask invasive questions, basic questions. I get names, address, and phone numbers from each of them. That's 3 plus 3 is how much?
9.
No, 3 plus 3?
Oh, 6.
Plus the 2 that I had before?
8.
Hold up 8 fingers. Aubrey, that's 8 and 1 phone zone leaders. So you get my drift.
Right.
This is a succession plan for my new agent. This is what I need to talk to. I got 100 names for each one that they close. I get myself how many names? How many names are there?
8.
Isn't that sick?
Yes.
This is how it works.
Mhm.
I want to make sure that I'm delivering to you, and I want to make sure that I'm delivering to the new person who I bring on board and make money quickly and have somebody to call. Not complicated. So Jim's telling me all this stuff, and I'm sitting there breaking pencils, writing this stuff down. I'm grabbing new pens from the waitress, and she's getting mad at me. Whoa! And I threw her $1 for the pen, but you know, they were mad at me, and I was so freaking pumped because I was making stupid money, and I was on the verge of making stupider money. It was crazy. I'm thinking, my head is like, I was so excited. It was almost like listening to Patrick. I'm going like this. I'm writing stuff down. I was pumped. And now, what's in it
for me?
He was pumped. I was pumped. We're walking back, and I put his arm around me. He's like, you okay? It's like a commercial for candy, you know? You're right? Yeah, I love it. You gonna make some money? Yeah. And I got back in the office. I go in the training room, and everyone's sitting there. It was dead silence. What the hell is going on in here? Because I was in a training room. I was new. Dead silence. And then it dawned on me, everyone, while I was sitting talking to Jim and Don, everyone's looking in the mirror, in the window, and they're looking at me, and they're like, what the hell's he sitting with that guy? Then I get in the office, and I'm in the training room, and my friend Greg, who's a big manager in New Jersey, right, he leans over and goes, what the hell are you buying that breakfast for? That guy's making like $4 grand a week. This is 1985. He should buy us breakfast. I look at him, Greg, don't be stupid. That's what I said to him. First of all, breakfast is the cheapest meal, and I got a captive audience with the highest producer in the region. You out of your freaking mind? What am I doing? And I will tell you, this is the truth. I'm not making this up. I went nuts. I use those stupid little things that we talk about you think are insignificant with this little piece of paper, this papelito, which means little paper, and I went crazy. I went to the next level. I was going nuts. Man, you gotta understand, I looked like Tyler, man. I was like this, right? Young, I had all the energy in the world. I'm walking like this, making money, whee, throwing money up in the air. I'm in the city going from appointment to appointment, and I'm crossing the street. And I'm in New York City now, right? And bam, I get hit by a cab. I'm knocked out. I don't know what happened. I woke up in the hospital. They put weights on my ankles and I'm laid out in bed. I'm thinking, what the hell is going on? I'm looking at the ceiling like, what the hell just happened? I get hit by a cab, knocked out. And they had me there for almost a month. Yeah, and I was freaking, they understand. I was in shape, you know, I was studying martial arts, I was good. You know, and I looked like Tyler, I keep doing this because I didn't have this. You know, laid out in the hospital, freaking out. I'm thinking, what the hell? And I couldn't wait to get out of there, man. I bounced off the walls. At night, I was sneaking, I had wheelchair races, and I'm kidding. But anyway, so I finally get out of there, and I couldn't wait to go to the office. And here I am. I get out in the office. Can I borrow you, Tyler? Let me borrow your phone. I'm standing over there. So here I am, Tyler. That's me. And I'm standing here like, and I'm walking like this. Yeah, I'm still hurting. And Jim gets up. He's standing up facing me. That's me. And this is Jim. He gets up. Jim's a big dude, man. He was almost as big as Lance, bigger. He's like a football player. This big. And he gets up, and mind you, he doesn't talk to anybody. He gets up and he starts running towards me in slow motion. And his desk, and he's jumping on the desk. Boom! And he's still running towards me. And he's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm standing there like, oh my God, like that. Don't hurt me, please don't hurt me, don't hurt me. That's what I was running to. I was scared. This guy's nuts. And he's running towards me. And this is what he does, man. I'm freaking out. I didn't know what the heck to do. I was completely shocked. I couldn't move. Yeah, so he comes over to me and says, how you been? Where you been? Come on, where you been? He walks me over. Come on, go, be careful. Come on, go in. Sit down. Okay. And I'm thinking, this guy's freaking nuts. He goes, you're hurting my production, man. I'm glad you're back. You all right? Yeah. You sure? Have a seat, man. And wait right here. And he goes out and he gets coffee. It's not even coffee. This guy's a ground by anybody coffee. And he brings it over and goes, so how you been? You all right? Yeah, good. Need for to get to work. You heard my production. You all right? Anything you need, you call me. Anybody bother you, let me know. This is what he's telling me. And that's I had the same look. I'm like, this guy's nuts, man. And he goes, you're hurting my production. Keep saying, what the hell is he talking about? And it dawned on me. You see, when I started, I was green behind the ears. I looked younger than I was, which I was young anyway. And I'm right out of college. Who the hell I thought I was? And I started making money. And he said, there's no way in hell that this little, that's what but I'm gonna let him pass me, you know? So he was here and I was here. I started moving up. Man, he took off. I never caught him, man. He used to drive me nuts. My goal is to pass this guy, man.